is I do the following, right? I'll do the following. I'll try and identify all the different branches. So all these lines are branches. So branches of what? Well, this is a branch of a sales team. This is a branch of the engineering team. We'll say this is HR. This is the branch of the HR team, right? So in engineers, you might have software engineers, hardware engineers, you might have mechanical engineers, right? Different parts of the engineering team. At the base of these, what I do is draw circles, open circles, right? In the sales team, I might have the graphic designers, I might have the marketers, I might have venue distributors, right? I identify all the various branches of the sales team, right? These are all the various aspects of this one group. These are all the various aspects of this group, and no matter how big your group is, you should have, it's just easy to do it this way, all the various aspects. And then what I do is I try to identify specifically through analysis, through talking with various representatives of the corporation, where the trouble lies. If I realize that the trouble is actually with the marketers, right, because the marketers are the ones saying that we have this new product and we really don't, and I think that there might be a problem with the marketers, I just color that circle in black, right? This will obviously be labeled as marketers, right? So I know it's marketers, and I color it in black. So now what I'm doing is I'm looking at the hierarchy, I'm looking at the structure of this system, I'm identifying various processes within the system, and I'm anticipating where I think problems might lie. And I do this visually because I'm not going to remember 3 months into a program evaluation where in the world the problem was again, right? But I can look at this really quick and be like, oh yeah, that's right. There was a problem in the sales team, right? It was the marketers. Let me go talk to the manager of the marketers to see what's going on, and so on, right? Similarly, if I recognize that it's not really a software problem, right, for the engineers, it's the hardware, the hardware part of the engineering group that's creating the problem, possibly I think, then I go and I put a black dot in there, right? So then I have hardware, right? So the hardware engineers or the mechanical engineers, whatever you want to call them, and marketers, I think that the problem for this whole system might be collapsing because of these two very specific parts, right? In identifying possible problems, then I recognize, listen, I've identified the problems, which is number 4. The program evaluator has to recognize in which processes does the problem reside. I think it might reside here, I think it might reside here, and then I have a more specific tool of analysis. Now when I go in, I'm not really going to waste my time looking at the process of HR because I really don't believe any of the problems that are arising due to sort of lack in productivity and performance or HR problems. I can focus my analysis specifically on where I think the problems are. And not only there, talking to engineers and sales in general, I think it might specifically be the marketing and specifically be the hardware. Color those in and concentrate my analysis on that, right? So that's important first to and this really can go in any order, but the way I do it, the first thing to do is observe the structure, the hierarchy of the institution, the system that you're in. The second thing to do is to understand the processes. And then the next thing to do is the workflow. So we're going to talk about workflow next. Okay. All right, so the next thing that we're going to discuss is workflow. And there's a ridiculous amount of theory that goes behind this, and I'm going to save you from the boring theory. But just keep in mind that these are very technical concepts. There's a lot of research that goes behind sort of understanding program evaluation and analysis at its most complex root. But the cool thing about this is that you can take this theory of program evaluation and do something as small as analyzing conflicts between engineers and salespeople, or you can do it to sort of systemic global issues, right? Genocide or mass starvation, and you can use this to talk about institutional reparation. You can use this to, theorists have used this to talk about many different things. And I think in understanding how program evaluation is constructed in its most basic sense, once you understand that, which I hope I'm doing now, then you can apply these concepts to anything. Okay.